Internet, so helpful. Been reading that a lot, trying to catch up.
It's always nice to see Captain America staying as relevant as possible. Anyways, welcome back, true believers and all you merry Marvelites, to another very exciting Avengers project related video. So even though it was confirmed by the developers themselves that the next time we would receive a big amount of info relating to Marvel's Avengers is actually going to be sometime in October, we did get some very interesting new footage today. And what I mean by this is that the official Marvel Entertainment YouTube channel, along with the official Marvel's Avengers YouTube channel, did post a small 30-second clip of showcasing a lot of cool stuff relating to Captain America within the game. However, even though they are trying to showcase this as quote-unquote new footage of the game, this is actually the same exact stuff that was showcased during the Gamescom convention. So even though this video does come fully equipped with a whole bio description for Captain America, as well as a glimpse at one of his alternate skins, along with some very cool combat finishers, it isn't really anything new that we haven't seen already. I also find it a bit weird and a little funny that the main marketing ploy that everyone at Eidos, Crystal, Square, and Marvel are saying right now is that Captain America quote-unquote died during the events of A-Day. But as we see clear as day in this new footage, Captain America is obviously alive and well and clearly kicking the snot out of all those AIM soldiers, so I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see as to how he survived A-Day after the prologue is finished. But as for this character profile trailer itself, I definitely think it gets the job done to try and convince players that Captain America is for sure going to be one hell of a fun hero to actually play as. Given what we saw during the A-Day gameplay, Captain America's main strengths are definitely going to be surrounding close quarters combat, as well as executing some pretty strong finishers with his shield. And based off all the other Avengers gameplay that we have seen so far, even though Captain America isn't the strongest out of all of them, I do think he's going to be the most efficient when it does come to hand-to-hand combat. And just knowing the wide array of outfits that Captain America has worn within the comics alone, I'm very excited to see what the multiple customization opportunities are going to be for his overall design. I also thoroughly appreciate that we do get to actually see some raw gameplay of Captain America in action within this trailer, showcasing a few new locations as well as a very interesting gameplay mechanic. During the E3 and San Diego Comic-Con showcase, these were actually some of the locations that were shown behind closed doors, so I'm really excited that we actually get to see them in HD during this trailer. Now, even though I'm a bit unsure as to where exactly the snowy area is located within this game's universe, I do think the actual rural area that Captain America is fighting in may look a bit similar to what we saw in Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction. And just knowing that we'll be able to fully explore a multitude of Marvel locations within this universe, I'm just very excited to see how Crystal is actually going to interpret them within this game. Now, as for this gameplay mechanic I'm speaking of, I'm mainly referring to the amounts of green energy that Captain America seems to pick up every time he defeats an enemy. And for those of you who aren't actually too fond of this green energy effect within the game, it is nice to know that the developers did say that you can actually turn it off if you want to. Although, if I did have to guess as to what this is, I think it is a way to actually regain health every time you do defeat an enemy during combat. Now, even though this does seem a bit cartoony to have be featured within a fully AAA Avengers game, I definitely think it adds on to the wider RPG element that it is going for. But as for the main element that I thoroughly love within this trailer is actually getting a full-on glimpse as to how the enemy designs look for that of the Advanced Idea Mechanics group. The basis of the standard AIM thug have always been described as that of a scientific beekeeper, so seeing that they are sticking with that design within this AAA Avengers game is just awesome to say the least. And of course, there's obviously going to be a huge variety of enemies to take on within AIM alone, which could either range from the standard human fodder or with that of robots or even your bigger, heavier enemy. And knowing that all of these enemy varieties are going to be providing a very interesting and in-depth challenge for each specific Avenger during gameplay is going to be very interesting to see be played out. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see until we end up receiving more gameplay to see how that's all going to work out. Until that time comes, everyone, that's the video I have for you today, and please let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. What did you think of this small Captain America profile trailer, and what do you want to see next from the game itself? Luckily, if you're someone who's very fond of this trailer, Marvel themselves did confirm that we will be receiving more of these throughout the coming weeks. But again, all of these upcoming character profile trailers are going to be the exact same footage that we did already see at Gamescom, but it is going to be nice to at least receive them in a fully HD capacity. And as a little bonus, another gaming convention with that of PAX West is actually going to take place in a couple of days, so we might be getting some other few snippets of footage during that convention. But until we end up receiving more footage about the game, everyone, thank you all so much for watching, stay merry Marvelites, and peace out.
Marvin Gaye, 1972 Trouble Man soundtrack. Everything you missed, jammed into one album.
I'll put it on the list.